We continue in the previous story. This is part 2 of the Am I the Asshole for Not Telling My Brother That Our Mother Hates His Girlfriend. So where we left off, I was saying she need to just come clean and just tell her brother. Because he already senses it. So what's the point of just holding it? You're appeasing mommy. Mommy hates the girl. Y'all look down on her because of her social class, the fact that she was raised a certain way, the fact that she, according to y'all, dressed trashy. Grandma said she dressed like a whore, and she only makes $45,000 working at a thrift shop. And it's not in, the class of level that you guys, grew up in and you guys are around. So, update number 1. So this morning was eventful, to say the least. I ended up having 2 pretty major conversations, one with my mom and one with my brother. And here's the funny part. After a completely sleepless night, I actually joined my mom for her 5 a.m. yoga session, something I never do willingly. I figured it would help me approach her in a calm, zen state of mind. During our session, I finally laid out all my concerns and my brother's too. Surprisingly, my mother actually listened. I'll admit she can come off as classist, especially because she worked her ass off to get where she is today and just expects a similar drive from her future daughter-in-law, but she took in everything I said. She admitted that initially, yes, it was about the money. We knew. But after meeting Georgie, things got worse when she showed up to a formal dinner in a dress with a hole near the butt and multiple side cuts. My mom was just distressed and also didn't get a good vibe from Georgie's mom and sister. However, after thinking it over for the past week, my mom said she wants to be a mother first and stand by my brother, even though she's not fully convinced Georgie is completely innocent or free of ulterior motives. But the good news is she's willing to give it another shot, this time with a more open heart. My mom, who is actually a pretty big introvert, even said she'll try to be more extroverted for the sake of this relationship, which is a huge deal for her. She also admitted that that the love goes beyond money, which felt like a major breakthrough. Okay. The second conversation happened at breakfast when I invited my brother over. I spilled everything, every single running thought, and to my surprise, he was calm too. He actually mentioned how much he dislikes Georgie's sister and mom, and he feels like they're opportunistic. He believes Georgie's different from them, but he's going to ask her to make a choice between him or her family, and he feels that she sidelined him for them on multiple occasions. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it is what it is. My brother also mentioned that he thinks Georgie would make a good, more present mom, and that he prefers the idea of having a wife who's more residential and a stay-at-home, which, well, it's his preference, I guess. That was a bit of a hard pill to swallow, but hey, everyone's entitled to their own vision of their future family. Right. There's some men who and have conversations with their soon-to-be or whoever they are dating or their significant other. They want them to be home and taking care, being a stay-at-home mom and taking care of the family. And some women are fine with being that, yes, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I don't want to go work. And I know that's going to, drive a whole wedge, and they're going to hate it because they're used to people sticking it out in the mud, groveling and fighting their way to get to the top. So they're going to be looking, even as her being a stay-at-home mom, no matter what, they're probably going to look down on her until eventually they just accept the fact that she is who she is. After all that, he hugged my mom and consoled her. There were definitely some tears, but for the most part, everyone is on board to try another meetup tonight. This time we're going in without preconceived notions to see if we can make things work. Wish us luck. I'll update soon. That was update number 1. Here's update number 2. Very unexpected. Tonight at 6:30, we had a family dinner. My mom picked a restaurant with food from Georgie's culture to make her feel welcome. My dad wasn't feeling well, so he stayed home. It was just my mom, my brother, me, Georgie, and her sister. Despite my brother begging Georgie to come alone, she brought her sister along, and they had a brief argument as they arrived. But when they saw my mom, they quickly stopped and pretended everything was fine. My mom, despite her pride, genuinely wanted to make things right with Georgie. She started by saying, I know we haven't been on good terms and I want to apologize and start fresh. She was putting in real effort, which isn't easy for her. But Georgie, she rolled her eyes. Yes, right in front of everyone. Her mom, her sister, my brother, my mom. My brother and my mom saw it, but neither said anything at first. When my mom said she was trying to be civil, Georgie made a mocking sound, clearly dissing her efforts. The entire dinner was uncomfortable from the start. Georgie was mostly on her phone or whispering to her sister, who was eyeing everyone like we were dirt. My mom tried small talk, asking Georgie about her interests, movies, books, anything to get her engaged. Georgie barely responded, muttering vague answers without even looking up, as if she couldn't care less. Most of the time, she was either texting or casually playing with my brother's hair, ignoring the effort my mom was making. During dinner, Georgie only ordered one item and claimed she had eaten before coming to the family dinner. Meanwhile, her sister treated it like a free buffet, ordering way more food than she could possibly eat. My brother was clearly disgusted but stayed silent, probably hoping things would get better. After seeing my mom's sincere attempts to connect and Georgie's blatant disregard, my brother lost his patience. He told Georgie, "When my mom speaks to you, I expect you to show some respect and respond. She's important to me, just like your mom is to you." Georgie looked at him in his eyes and said, "But your mom is better than your mom. But my mom is better than your mom." Georgie, I was giving you the benefit of the doubt, Georgie. I was giving you a benefit of the doubt that they probably was just looking down on you because you came from you wasn't a part of their class, okay? That you work at a thrift shop, you make $45,000 a year, yada, yada, yada. You weren't on their level. And the brother saw something in you that nobody else was seeing. I take it all back. Because you're showing your ass now. Granted, yes, if you felt like the mother didn't like you or hated you or whatever, she came apologizing to say, we're going to start off on the wrong foot. Let's make it better. You ignore her during dinner. And when he says something, you go, "But my mom is better than your mom." The relationship is over at this point. Let's continue. That was the breaking point. My brother, trying to stay calm, said, "You're just my girlfriend, not even my fiance. If you're already trying to make me choose, it's over. My mom has never publicly disrespected you, but your family has treated me like a bank account from the start. I spent $3,000 on Christmas gifts for them on a resident's salary. What will they expect when I become a full-fledged doctor?" He continued, "I thought you were different, but now I see you're just like them. You don't care about me. You care about what I can give you." Georgie remained cold and shrugged, saying, "But your mom hates me, and I don't ever forgive or forget." That's when my mom, who has been holding back, finally spoke. She looked Georgie straight in the eye and said, "I didn't hate you initially. I didn't like you, but I was willing to be civil for my son. Now I can say with confidence, I hate you." Baby, the tea. Not because of how you treat me, but because of how you treat my son. You've made him feel like he's secondary to your family, and he deserves better. Unfortunately, I'm cutting down on a lot of tea because of the post is getting too long. But there was a lot more banter in the span of an hour. In a fit of rage, Georgie threw the menu card on the floor. The whole restaurant turned to look. My brother was calm but resolute. "It's over. I can't stay with someone who only sees me as a source of money and doesn't even respect my mom." Georgie's sister lost her shit. She screamed, "What the fuck?" and started begging Georgie to apologize, desperate to keep my brother in their lives. Of course, because he was a cash cow. Georgie, realizing she'd gone too far, chased after my brother, saying, "I didn't mean it. I'll fix things with your family. Don't break up with me. I'm not a gold digger." But my brother didn't look back. He drove off alone. I offered to drop Georgie and her sister home. Y'all are nice people. The ride was incredibly awkward. Georgie's sister cried the entire time while they discussed their next move in hushed tones, ignoring me completely. That you better than me, because you're not about to sit up in my car and not say nothing and be hush talking. Get out. Later, my brother called my mom to check in and let her know he got home safely. He told her he had blocked Georgie and her entire family on all platforms, but had left a message for her dad explaining what happened before blocking him too. My mom felt guilty, cried, and said she felt responsible for the breakup. You're not. She showed her true colors. My brother reassured her it's not her fault. I still don't agree with your views, but you're my mom. You have my best interests at heart, and I should have listened to you sooner. It's been a long, exhausting night. My mom suggested my brother move in with us for a while to help him through this, which he might do. I know my mom's not perfect, but given how things unfolded, it's hard to blame her entirely. This kind of drama isn't unusual in wealthy families, especially in SEA